I'm here to read for you again. Hello, Ceylan Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. Welcome. Happy Freaky Friday on my channel. I hope that you are feeling fantastic today. Did you get off work early if you work today? I hope so, for the holiday seasons. Going into the nice Christmas celebrations. Today's reading is going to be all about how to let your freak flag fly. Freak flag fly. Mercury retrograde. My mouth has not been able to keep up since it started. And that's surprising because this thing runs all the time. Okay. Get some Florida water sprayed here. We're going to see how to let your freak flag fly. Any things that you need to be aware of that might be kind of problematic right now in your energy or around the energy around you that you're dealing with, that's sort of putting up any blockages towards you being completely authentically you. And then we're going to see like what great things that you're doing. As always, you do not need my approval. Okay, your life is your life, and tarot is not law. It is just mild suggestions at best. Okay, so you take care of you, you do what you need to do. And I don't know that I've ever said this, but I hope that everyone knows that my goal on my channel is that whatever way I help you, I hope that you eventually don't need tarot readings. Like, that's how you know that you've done some leveling up. And like, not that you need tarot readings. I watch tarot readings because I want to watch them, you know? So I hope that we get there, okay? So that's my goal. That's my goal. So if this doesn't resonate with you, then maybe you're just not on the energetic, wavelength that I'm reading for today, and that's totally, completely fine. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna jump in. I think I'm gonna do some identifiers, okay? Because it's been a few days since I did that, and I really like doing that. So, we'll leave that out. Okay, I have a spare candle here because I lit this one moments ago, right before I started pressing record. That's what I mean, not being able to communicate well. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. Look like a fool. That's what makes me look like a fool. Okay, yeah, so this flame has been freaking crazy, and the candle's already almost out, even though it's just been a couple minutes. So, got a spare one. I might have to stop mid-reading to do that. So, just a heads up. All right, I'm clear for you, clear for me. Deep breaths. Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to come through for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you so freaking much for being here. I love you so much. You're an amazing person. I'm so lucky to be here and to have so many people tuning in. It's like really freaking bizarre. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. Thank you for everything that you do. Your presence makes a huge difference for me, and I'm sure for others because I'm just on a screen. So, okay, let's see. Spirit, will you please connect me to the person that I am connecting to in today's reading? Give me the cards that I need to see for them, okay? Help me identify who I'm speaking to. I feel like I need to take off the glove. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. One glove shot. Okay. Like, well, you probably can't see that. It's fine. It's fine. I was sweaty, so there's some marks, okay? All right, who am I speaking to today? This one, okay. Your energy feels really good already. Just from what I can like sometimes tell if the energy's going to be heavy. But I feel like today we're tapping into lightness, and I really, really like that. Ooh, goodness. How many is there? This one was really hot. I'm gonna like really pay attention to this one because that was like, it felt like a flame. Okay. gosh. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Let's see what we got. It's funny, the mirror flipped over immediately. I feel like you're very self-reflective. The poet on bottom. Oh, you're an artist. You're sentimental. A wordsmith even. Wow, I've never seen this one before. I don't know how to say that. Anima Mundi? Let me know. The river. Those are all so pretty. I've never seen any of those cards. Interesting. What's really fascinating about this poet picture is that it looks like there's hands holding a crystal ball here. So I almost feel like if you're a writer, it's almost like premonitionary. I don't think that was the right way to say that. Like, you almost like write, what you write almost like comes to life, it feels like. Let's see. We got agape, very loving person. The warrior, you fight for love. You're a love fighter. I love it. The mirror, very self-reflective. The forest, the riddle. Okay, you're funny. You're funny. People maybe can't quite put their finger on you. You might be just like a little abstract, it feels like. I feel like this forest energy is really significant. Which almost gives me like feeling like a little bit lost, right? Feeling like a little disoriented. If you are walking through a forest, it's very important that you keep track of where you're at, because if you don't keep markers for your way back, then you kind of lose all sense of direction in there, especially if it's very thick. So I feel like maybe you're someone who's been quite like a wanderer, or you feel like you're trying to find your way, but it never really seems to happen. And it's really tough because you have like your goal in life is love. Your goal in life is fighting for love in all of its forms, right? Love for humanity, love for your relationships, yourself, everyone, right? I feel like you want to find this middle ground. And you're very self-reflective because you're like trying to find your way, but it's almost puzzling. It feels like every way you turn, there's a puzzle. You feel like life's a puzzle that you're trying. Maybe you're a little, okay, so it's not like negative energy feeling lost. It's almost like a strategy game. Okay? It's almost enjoyable because it's almost like something to figure out. Okay, but people also can't figure you out, or they have a hard time figuring you out, right? I think maybe because there's not a lot of people like you in the world who possibly wear their heart on their sleeves, like a warrior with agape, like the most ultimate, purest form of love, right? And then a warrior is just like a relentless spirit, right? Just someone who has high conviction, nothing's gonna stop them, like they are willing to go the distance in order to conquer what they need to conquer, right? Which would be this idea of love that you want, right? And I feel like people don't really know how to comprehend you because maybe you're around a lot of people who are kind of superficial. That's not an insult to the people you're around. It's just, that's what most people are, right? A lot of people are awakening, and that's amazing. Like I feel so fortunate that doing what I do, I get to interact with a lot of awakened people, and it gives me a lot of hope for humanity. I feel like you give people a lot of hope for humanity, but it's also like, what's the catch? I feel like people are like, what's the catch with you? Okay, let's see. Let's get some tarot. Spirit, tell me some more about this. Tell me some more about this wonderful darling that I'm reading for today. Tell me about their journey with authenticity. What sort of energy is around them or within them that they need to be aware of for being more purely authentic? what is going on? Like, none of that wants to go together. The High Priestess. Okay, what's really interesting is I was sitting here kind of contemplating these cards again, because like a message stuck out, right? And it's like, maybe what's a blockage right now, or what you've kind of dealt with being a blockage for authenticity, would be like, you're not sure which way to go as far as what is showing up loving, what is showing up determined, what is showing up dedicated. You know, it may seem like there's no right way to go, right? And you may get up in your head a little bit about, with the self-reflective energy, this mirror energy, you may get up in your head frequently about almost like stuck in indecision because you're not sure what is the better way to go, right? And I feel like immediately it's just like the High Priestess, that is intuition, that is your pure soul connection to the universe, you know. I just saw 11:11 on the clock, so that's significant. Words. Wow. Having a hard time with my mouth cooperating with enunciation. I'd appreciate it if you could get your act together, please. Intuition. I feel like the hang up, because I feel like you're so self-reflective and you see what the world needs and you see like the way that people need you to show up or the world needs you to show up, but you almost doubt your intuition about your individual calling with that. And I feel like, before I get more tarot, I know it's only one card that came out as this High Priestess card, right? It's the only one so far. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that like your part is enough. Just following your intuition, not overthinking it. I know that's easier to say than it is to do, but once you if you keep practicing, it gets easier. It's something that you can learn and get better with over time. So just because you may see that other areas of humanity or other aspects of humanity need assistance, doesn't mean that that's your spot to fill, right? You have your own calling to fill, and that calling is enough, and it's doing enough, right? So I feel like maybe you try to fill in the gaps. You're just like, okay, but I'm doing this, but does that do enough? Does that do enough? It's so funny how your authenticity is fueled by what you do for others. I like you. You have a good heart. Is there any other tarot that you want to give me for this person? Knight of Pentacles. So I like that came out, because the other part of it, especially if you feel like humanity is needing so much, you know, more than what you have to offer right now, you may feel rushed, you know, or inadequate. Come on, light. Okay. You may be like, I'm not sure that I have what it takes to see it through, right? But the Knight of Pentacles, even though it takes a long time, very dedicated, and the results that the Knight of Pentacles provides is very solid, stable, and reliable. Three of Swords, you're worried about disappointing people. You're worried about disappointing yourself. Three of Swords on the bottom. There's Page of Cups there. Eight of Cups. You're just like, what if what I have to offer isn't enough? What if what I have to offer isn't enough? Page of Cups, Eight of Cups. What if I'm still, you know, left feeling isolated? I don't know. That was interesting. I don't normally get the isolation card from Eight of Cups, but I'm getting an isolated card. Especially with the Hanged Man, that's an isolation card too. Yeah, there's a different perspective that you need to see. I feel like you, this is all driving back to feeling like you have to be the one to do it all. You don't have to be the one to do it all. You just have to do what you can do, what you're meant to do. And if you're feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, then that's a sign that like your mind and your spirit, right, are not in alignment, because your soul's calling will never make you feel like burnt out. And if you're feeling burnt out, that shows me that you're pushing too much, trying to do too much from an ego standpoint. And that's not you trying to be better than anyone. It's just like you feel like your ego tells you you have all this responsibility, you know, because you see a problem, that means you need to fix a problem. And it's maybe not your problem to fix. Okay, we got the King of Wands, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords, and the Tower. Yeah, okay. This is exactly what I'm saying. So your spirit, whenever you're doing your calling, whenever you're following your calling, it's supposed to be something that's enriching for you, okay? Yes, everyone goes through moments because we all have an ego, and there's nothing like... Your ego isn't evil. It's not like something that you need to avoid. It's something that you need to integrate and be aware of with the self-reflection. And I feel like maybe with the self-reflection aspect of you, you sometimes have a hard time differentiating what is your ego versus what is your soul. And I feel like it's because you're such a pure heart that even your ego is like not that bad, okay? So it's not like you're someone who, like, you know, desperately wants to love and be loved, but then your ego on the other side is like, well, if they're not showing up, fuck them, you know, like that's not you. Like you're a balanced person regardless, so it's hard for you to differentiate. When am I thinking or feeling or navigating out of my ego, and when am I navigating out of my soul? Okay, if it's feeling burdensome, that's your sign. That's your sign to whoa. Okay, what aspect of what I'm thinking or doing is feeling overwhelming and draining or like negative for my calling, right? You need to reevaluate. The King of Wands, very happy, very like passion, purpose driven, very determined. I almost said determinated. The Determinator. I'll be back. The Sun, that is childlike excitement and happiness, and that's you navigating from your soul. That's the ultimate enlightenment card, right? Everyone can get there. No one stays there. We all have ego, okay? I don't believe anyone stays in enlightenment for any extended amount of time. I got there for like 30 seconds one time. I felt like for sure, and my ego could just be telling me that, but like maybe for me and my ego battle and my life story, it felt like enlightenment for like 30 solid seconds, and I was like, whew. I haven't gotten back there since. I probably could. Maybe I'll do it again. Can't wait to visit there again. That'll be nice. Anyways, this Queen of Swords, the Tower, is like... I feel like the Queen of Swords is your logic because swords are the mind. They're the thought. Okay? It's the mental landscape. And she is very critical. Luckily, she's in the upright, so it's like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong that humanity needs all of these things that you see that it needs. You're not wrong about that. But... the opposite side of the Queen of Swords, and not the opposite, but another aspect of the Queen of Swords is that she does delegate, right? She's like, give me results. I will analyze if this is up to par or not, you know, if it's true, if it's false. But ultimately, there are other people along the ride with her, right? But I feel like this responsibility you take on is I have to do it all. Where does that stem from? It could also be a critical mother. It doesn't have to be, okay? I'm trying not to go so far into like personal stories, but I know that that's also helpful, but I just don't want anyone to feel left out. Some of us have critical mothers, right? And that's where we get this voice that's like, no matter what I do, it's not good enough, right? No matter what I do, it's not good enough. And is the world damned because of that, right? And it's like, no, there are other people here on this earth that are meant to do different callings than you. All you can focus on is what your soul passion is, what your excitement is, because that matters in the world. We need that sort of energy of you following your bliss, of you following your calling, you doing your passion projects. That is enough for humanity, right? You are impacting the people that you need to impact, and other people will impact the people that they need to impact. And unfortunately, not everyone ends up leveling up. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink, okay? So everyone at some point gets some sort of influence for following their own soul passion, for, you know, helping humanity. And there's just people who don't do that, and that's their own free will. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean that you're failing anything. Judgment, I feel like, luckily, if you're seeing this, I really feel like you're almost like at the end of this cycle of feeling like this responsibility is your burden to bury. It is your burden to bury. It's your burden to bury. It's like, I don't know what's going on. It doesn't matter. Judgment. This specifically could be in regards to people from your past too, okay? Sometimes the the Judgment card for me, it's a final decision, it's a final call, but it can also be like resurrecting something that you thought was once, done, gone, over with. It can also be a resurrection type energy. So with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like there's this contemplation of like, okay, well, the people that are in my life or have been in my life, are they my responsibility? Is it my responsibility to open that door for them one more time, to try to show them and illuminate the way, to try to awaken them? Is that my responsibility? And I just feel like, no, it's not your responsibility. Sometimes the best example that you can give to everyone in your life is just working on you and focusing on your feeling through it, okay? I feel like you need to defend your sense of happiness, right? I feel like you need to stand proud in your passions, right? Instead of worrying about if it's not good enough, if you need to pull people along with you, right? The people who are meant to come will end up coming. But if you feel like you have to, like, it's just really hard to explain, because if you feel like you have to let people in your life from the past out of obligation, if there's this sense of guilt associated with it, that's not your soul. If you want to help people from your past, if you feel that calling where that's your actual desire, there's no guilt attached to it, there's no obligation attached to it, that's your soul, okay? And you still have free will to decide what you want to decide, okay? Ultimately, you can't mess it up. Okay, you're doing more than good enough. I feel like you're doing more than good enough. Okay, let's get some more tarot and see what kind of things you're doing well. I want to see what you're doing well right now, okay? Okay, that wants to show its face. What is it? King of Cups. Emotional maturity, being balanced. I do like this because you got agape out earlier, and sometimes agape can be seen as like the Queen of Cups, wear your heart on your sleeve, kind of express without thinking about, the ramifications, your love, right? She's very vocally expressive with her emotions. And the King of Cups has the same amount of love, but he doesn't necessarily show his hand. He understands that there's a time and a place, right, for expressing feelings. And I feel like this energy specifically could be in regards to this past people energy that I was feeling, because you may have people that kind of try to resurrect in your life pretty frequently, who try to come back around, who try to circle the block, and they may try to make amends, but there's like this importance about recognizing the reason, and without it being like from a judgmental standpoint. You can forgive people, forgive the past, forgive the circumstances, forgive yourself for what's happened, for whatever led to a split. If there was bad blood at all, you can make things right, energetically. That doesn't mean that you have to let them in or pour your heart out to them again, right? It's not the same. Some people do try to circle the block because they recognize a deficit of a deficit in their humanity, right? And maybe how they've shown up before. They may be experiencing the ramifications or consequences of their ego path, right? And that gets people in a reflective mode, naturally. And so sometimes they make amends or want to apologize or want to make things right so that they can feel like the energy's back on good terms, and that then feeds the energy before of them being loved, chosen, adored. And they can be all those things without, what is the word I'm thinking of when you make amends with someone? The word is fleeting me. Reconciliation. There we go. Reconciliation. Okay. Man, thank you, Spirit. I really appreciate that you give me a lot of really deep messages for one card. That's really phenomenal. I feel very fortunate about that. Thank you. I hope that you're still here for the ride. I know it's a lot. Okay. 313 on the clock. So that's divine feminine. 13 is a divine feminine number. So that could be significant. You may identify as divine feminine, or it just could represent you needing to sort of embody more of the receptive feminine energy, right? Versus the provider masculine energy, right? Kind of balancing the two, right? The wheel came out. This is for what you're doing, right? The wheel, the King of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, Queen of Swords reversed, the Lovers. These all came out reversed. Okay. Two of Wands reversed, Temperance reversed, the Tower reversed. Okay, let's get your messages. This is the deck for what you're doing really well right now. So let's see. The first message I got, the Wheel, the King of Wands, Six of Swords, Nine of Cups, and Six of Cups. I feel like this was like the first message, is that like you are really changing. You're doing significant changes internally, externally, spiritually, you know, personally, all of that. You're making immense changes, and it matters. You're sort of changing the direction of your life, and where you maybe were once going, you're in a totally different direction now, and it's good for you, right? It's also a lucky time for you. You may be experiencing a lot of good luck right now. That doesn't have to be like with, it could be with anything. It could be with lottery. It could be, you know, just you finding pennies on the ground, or just little things where you're noticing things that just make you smile. It could be that too, you know, just feeling very fortunate. Okay. I feel like you're embodying this fortunate energy. You feel fortunate for who you are, what you've learned. And I love it because you're like embodying this power, this authority, right? This confidence. You do have a lot of confidence, even if you go back and forth about if you're doing the right thing or not. I don't think it's from a lack of confidence. I think it's just like, I know the world needs more, right? I know the world needs more. Like I want to do it all. Six of Swords, Knight of Cups. Luckily, I feel like you are definitely coming to a place of acceptance with your past, with people, with relationships, with anything that made you think too much, made you overthink, and then feel emotionally overwhelmed, okay? I really like the Six of Swords card because it embodies the idea of both the mental connected to the emotional, right? I feel like you're recognizing what I think about affects how I feel, right? So I do want to be mindful of what I'm thinking about. It's excellent because that's like, your mind is your universe, okay? Your thoughts, what you focus your thoughts on, what you focus on thinking about, imagining, envisioning, all of that affects you in your physical world. Emotionally first, and then in your physical world, it affects your energy. It's directly correlated to your energy. So I feel like you're recognizing this correlation and like, okay, what am I going to think about? What am I going to focus on? This is excellent. This is you moving forward. It's sort of a... That was really weird. I don't know why I just thought that. That doesn't make any sense. I like just lost the thought, but it was like, I don't know why I saw race boats, like speed boats. What's really funny is that these birds are actually like pulling this boat by strings, almost like, you know, Santa's reindeers. So, ho, ho, ho. Knight of Cups. I like this energy because where I was talking about the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and their differences, the Knight of Cups is willing to make the effort and show their emotions, but it's also a, we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see how it goes. I'll do what I need to do, but I'm going to see how it goes. This could be in regards to, you know, the people from your past or not. It doesn't have to be, but with the Six of Cups, it is kind of signifying people from your past. It could also be you just detaching from basically anything that you feel like is detrimental or was detrimental to you in your life. I feel like you're like, well, those memories, those circumstances, those things that I could think about, we'll see if it has an effect. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Like, you know, I like it. We'll see. It's great. Queen of Swords reversed. Now, normally I would interpret the Queen of Swords reversed as someone very angry, okay? Because that's normally in the traditional definition what she represents is like someone who is embodying not righteous anger, but just like malicious anger, okay? She can like really pack a punch with her words, right? And she means to. She wants to cut people down to size. She wants people to feel like shit, you know, like that's the normal interpretation. But I'm actually getting, because this Queen of Swords came out upright, that you are dropping this criticalness, okay? Normally I wouldn't view it like that, but that's the energy I'm getting from this. So you're dropping the criticality and you are bringing love into the situation with the Lovers upright, okay? Maybe you're trying to find, I feel like you're trying to find the love in the situations. This could also be a connection from your past, okay? Someone that you've let go, and maybe you're, you know, holding firm about letting go of this person, and you could still be angry with someone specifically. I'm still pulling, because this is all about you and your authenticity and all that. I'm still just pulling that, like, you're dropping your criticalness, right? You're dropping your criticalness and opening up your heart, right? You're bringing love into the situation, into the situations around you. Two of Wands reversed, Temperance reversed, Tower reversed. I feel like you're saying that, I feel like you're coming to a place, and maybe this energy is happening right now, literally, as you're watching this reading, but I feel like, at least in this moment, you're coming to a place where you're saying, what I'm doing is enough. Okay, what I'm doing is enough. I don't have to overextend. I don't have to force some sort of massive energy change. I don't have to, like, you know, cross the sea. I don't know why I'm hearing that. I don't have to, like, cross the sea. I don't have to cross oceans. Like, what I'm doing is enough, and it is making the changes necessary, okay? Yeah. I like it. You're doing wonderful. I like who you are. I like your energy. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's see. Well, how do I want to close this out for you? I might see what you need to be aware of. Well, it's already 30 minutes in. Spirit, how do you want me to close this out? Okay, before I just, like, jump to a oracle thing. Okay, a few cards for what you need to know, and I won't be too wordy about it. Words, words, words. What does my darling need to be aware of here soon? Oh, I just saw Judgment and the Empress. That's that divine feminine energy, and the Judgment in that was feeling like awakening. 3, 2, 1 on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Get ready. There's a final countdown. It's a final countdown. Okay, did those want to come out? It didn't feel like that, but I'll look at them real quick. 7 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and the Hierophant. Okay, I feel like they just want you to keep in mind this this mental thought process, this hang up that you may experience with feeling like you're not doing enough, that there's more to be done, and that then overwhelming you. You need to be aware of this, because that thought process does, if you entertain it too much and then you start feeling it, that does put you in like a defensive mode, or like it makes you feel like, why even try? Why even put any effort towards this? Why even invest my time, because it's not enough? Be very mindful of that, because you're closing yourself off from feeling how satisfied the universe, the world, everything, universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to say, how satisfied they are with you, right? That you are good enough. 9 of Cups is like amazing emotional satisfaction individually first. It's self-satisfaction. It's also wish fulfillment. Now, and the Hierophant represents beliefs, higher knowledge. And I'm also getting like, it's the counterpart to the High Priestess, so I feel like it's the doing the work part in the physical of your spiritual path, of your spiritual, I feel like you're someone who, because you're so in touch with your intuition, right, and you're very in touch with spirit, you're very spiritual, it's easier to get into the thinking, feeling, contemplating aspect of that, and the Hierophant grounds it all in the 3D and does the necessary work here on Earth with their path, right? Whereas the High Priestess is just the intuition and the psychic, connection. So I feel like they're just saying, like, be aware of this energy, be aware of this thought process, keep it in mind, and just don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you in a place where you're not following your path, where you're not doing what you're supposed to do with what you do well, okay? Let's see. Is there anything else you want them to know? 8 of Swords, Knight of Wands. There is nothing holding you back but yourself. Knight of Pentacles. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter how long it takes worrying about that, because you want things to be happening right now. You want immediate results. You want immediate, action. You want to get to the finish line right now with the Chariot on bottom. That is your own mental prison, right? Getting stuck in the thoughts of, well, this isn't happening right now, so then it's never going to happen. That's just a thought process that is hanging you up, getting you hung up. You have all the ability to move forward and to do what you need to do. You're not all, oh, okay, interesting. The Knight of Wands can kind of be the flighty in and out, they're all determined up front, and then it's like once that, that excitement wears off of a new venture to conquer, once that excitement wears off, then they're kind of like, okay, I'm not really into it. Now go find something else, So I just feel like be excited about the time it takes, because time means mastery, right? Don't just hold on to it's kind of tying in with yesterday's message. Don't just hold on to motivation, be consistent, right? Feeling like you have to be all hyped up all the time is maybe not a good, way to navigate moving forward. It's different. Just because you're not hyped up or like super motivated doesn't mean that you're burnt out, though. Okay, so there's a difference between being consistent and being burnt out. Okay, so there's also that to keep in mind. Chariot, I mean, yeah, I feel like you do want things immediately, and that keeps you up in your head a little bit about which way to go, how to move forward, when you just really need to be putting in the work. 3 of Pentacles, you just really need to be putting in the work. Yeah, you're doing enough. Okay, what you do is enough. Ultimately, just do what makes you happy, right? Don't think about the ways that what you're doing, isn't enough, because you're doing enough. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and maybe I'll close it out with some healing energy oracles real quick, and then I'll let you go. I feel like every reading this week was like 40 minutes long. Thank you for being here with me. I know it's been long. Okay, Spirit, will you please connect me to the healing energy oracles that my wonderful, amazing darling here needs for their journey of authenticity. Want me to see that one? Cool. Thank you so much. Okay, the first one came out as Faith. I always try to show these, but my phone doesn't really show it well. Faith. I am confident I will achieve my goals. I live in the present and have faith in the future. I firmly believe in my value within the universe. I love it. Gratitude. I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God for every little thing that brings me joy. Thus, I enlighten my thoughts. Riches surround me, and I appreciate all that life brings me. Yes. Attention. I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hardworking. And then at the bottom is inner strength. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. I love it. I hope that this resonated for you, that you feel seen and understood, and that you kind of got something helpful from this. And I'm super freaking proud of you. I love who you are. Thank you for letting me read on your energy today. Because ultimately, if you're here and this is yours, you manifested this reading, and I appreciate you. Thank you for manifesting this, because if I feel really honored to read energy like this. I can just tell you have a freaking pure golden heart. Okay? I can't wait to see what you do with your passion projects. Okay? Obviously I won't be here Monday because Christmas, so I don't know. I don't know what next week looks like. It's probably here for Tuesday. I don't know. I might try to jump on over the weekend. Normally I have a schedule, but this next week's kind of weird. So we'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. And yeah, take care. Love you so much. All right, bye.